160 years ago, the British author William Makepeace Thackeray, the man who wrote Vanity Fair, came to Augusta and spoke to the locals. He spoke here on Broad Street at what was then the site of the Masonic Hall. That event was considered so historically significant that a century later the state put a historic marker here on the spot. Well, as you can see, the marker's missing. The Georgia Department of Natural Resources admitted that it had sent a crew over to Augusta because of a complaint about some of the author's descriptions that were included on the plaque. The state said it planned to replace the plaque with more suitable Thackeray comments. Good luck with that. Actually, Thackeray had a lot to say about Georgia, and none of it was very good. Take, for example, this excerpt from a newspaper article. Quote, "When I finished at Charleston, I went off to a queer little city called Augusta. A happy, dirty tranquility generally prevalent." Maybe Thackeray didn't like the competition. According to news accounts, he was here the same time as the wild men from Borneo, and Augustans were fascinated with the wild men from Borneo. Thackeray left us and headed down to Savannah. He had been in Savannah before, which he seems to have remembered well because his hotel room was infested with fleas and he had to go stay at the home of the British consul. On this trip, he wrote, quote, "I am bored to extinction by this present journey. I make myself so disagreeable that I am sure they will never, ever ask me for a third visit." He got his wish, and then he got to go to Macon, where he was politely received and almost immediately forgotten. A Macon history does not mention Thackeray's visit as a city's highlight of February 1856, but instead notes the arrival of Campbell's original minstrels, as well as the Bear Woman, hailed as the world's greatest curiosity, and a museum of living wonders that featured a bearded lady, a giantess, and a dwarf. How does a British author compete with that? Not very well, apparently. By the time Thackeray got to Columbus, Georgia, the trip was really beginning to wear thin, prompting him to write, "The dreariness of this country everywhere. Oh, what a dismal scene." After his Columbus lectures, Thackeray headed to the coast and sailed away, never to return. I wouldn't be surprised if the same fate didn't await his marker.